Against the Ravens, Jameis Winston was darn near perfect. Now, granted, Baltimore dropped an interception here or there, but guess what? They dropped them so it doesn't count, and Jameis got away with a few mistakes against the Chargers and a much better defense. Jameis took a bit of a step back here, Sean. Not all bad. We'll focus on some good things he did, but he threw a couple passes that certainly put the Browns in a disadvantageous position. And this one in particular, he got away with, but I'm not quite sure it was the right read considering the coverage.
I actually didn't think he played that bad. I think what you alluded to is I think the Chargers, especially nationally, are underrated as far as how good they are defensively. They've only given up 20 points once this year. They've held everybody else to less than 20. So if you want to roll it here, the thing I like about Jameis is he's seeing it and he's being aggressive and he's trying to anticipate it. Stop the film. If you look at when he throws this ball, look at where the receiver is and where the ball's being thrown to. You know, he's on the opposite side of his coverage. It looks like the underneath linebacker is working towards the numbers, and it's going to be a hold. That's just a great play by the Chargers defensive player. Now, you could say Jameis could check it down up top to the back, but I like how aggressive Jameis is. I wouldn't change it for anything. If you look at it here, I mean, this is almost a tremendous throw and catch there. This is a great play by Zero. I mean, sometimes you got to give credit to those guys. They get paid as well.
In that Baltimore game, Sean, the offensive line did a really good job giving Jameis Winston pockets to move around in, giving him time to diagnose the defense. The Chargers got a lot more pressure than Baltimore did, but even under pressure at times, Jameis did a really nice job extending some plays, and he's not a runner, but he certainly looked more mobile than I think some people gave him credit for against this Chargers defense.
Yeah, and I'm going to allude to this in every clip. The Chargers are really good on defense. I mean, hat tip to Harbaugh and his staff, man, they are elite. If you roll it here, but you're looking for small things. You're looking for building blocks, you know, as you're evaluating the quarterback position. I just love how composed and tall Jameis is in the pocket. He doesn't get flustered. He's not afraid of contact. Just look at how big and strong he is. He's going through his progressions. They're not there. He moves in the pocket, keeps his head downfield. I mean, those are things that are repeatable at the position. And when you're evaluating this and looking towards the future for Cleveland, I really think they found their quarterback. And I know people are going to be like, he ended up with 3 interceptions, and I get it. But not a whole lot of guys running open on these clips. So if I was the Browns management, I'd be really looking at how can we get better around number 5. But I do like how big and strong he is in the pocket, how he can throw the ball with accuracy as he
Jameis made some really nice throws in the game. Not as many as you need to win, but he did make a few really nice ones. And this one in particular stood out to me watching the film back, Sean. Patience. He didn't panic. And when push came to shove, he delivered a strike to Jerry Jeudy that moved the chain. So this is one play I wanted to highlight in particular because I do think it showed off some of the positives for Jameis in a game where a lot of the attention afterwards was on the negative.
A lot of people looked at this as a bad outing. I looked at it as, man, the Chargers are just really darn good on defense. Jameis fundamentally is as sound as any quarterback in the National Football League. I think he's a quarterback you can build around, and here's why. You look at the anticipation with which he throws this football. If you want to go ahead and run it, Mikey. You know, he's in the pocket. He's big and strong. If you stop it there, he's going to throw this ball to Jerry Jeudy. If you're a quarterback in the pocket, look at what Jameis sees. The top flat is covered. The vertical route to the short side is covered. Jeudy doesn't look like he's open. There's a defender waiting. They got these 2 options covered as well. But watch Jameis anticipate where the hole in the defense is and find the completion. I mean, this is high-level stuff right here. This isn't easy, you know, when you're back there playing quarterback. The Chargers are good. I'm just telling you, one thing that's consistent, you don't see a lot of Browns running wide open. You can stop it right there. I mean, he's anticipating that route coming across. That's good stuff by Jameis.
Kevin Stefanski has said many times turnovers are his least favorite part of the game. And although Jameis did not turn the ball over against Baltimore, he did throw 3 interceptions against the Chargers. This one happening in the red zone, Sean. Worst time to throw an interception, but I'm not quite sure this was necessarily a bad throw or just a great defensive play here from the Chargers secondary.
You know, it's interesting because you never want to turn the ball over. And you know, the thing with the red zone, especially this is, you know, even shorter because on the 5, it's a condensed field. And there was a saying, you know, that we had, sometimes you eat the bear, Mike, and sometimes the bear eats you. And by that, I mean the defensive guys get paid too. So what you're going to see here is a great play by the Chargers corner. I like the aggressiveness by Jameis. This is an accurate ball. It's not like he threw an inaccurate ball. This is a great play by the Chargers defense. I mean, look, when he releases that ball, I just want you to see what the picture looks like when the quarterback is about to release the ball. Look, that looks like he's going to be able to fit that corner in. The receiver has plenty of room to run. He throws an accurate ball, but it's just a great play by the Chargers cornerback right here. And this is why they're one of the best defenses in the National Football League. I mentioned it earlier. They have not given up more than 20 points in a game this year, and they've only given up 20 points once. So, man, hat tip to the Chargers in this situation. Jameis, keep being aggressive.
So the last interception, tip your cap to the Chargers. They make a great defensive play. This one, Sean, I'm not quite sure falls into that same category, but you're the expert. What do you see on this turnover play here from Jameis and the Browns offense?
Well, Mike, when we're talking about football, I'd rather say whoa than sick 'em. And this is probably one where if I'm coaching Jameis, I'm going to say, let's be smart here. We understand situation. We're down a significant amount. It's later in the game. They understand that we're trying to generate offense. But don't let one person's mistake, Jameis, become your problem. And here's what I mean. So offensive line, I thought, did a good job on this as we run the play. Thought the pocket was really solid. But if you put your attention on Cedric Tillman at the bottom, he's running an in-breaking route. But again, guys, this Chargers defense, when they're pretty salty now, the corner runs the route for Tillman. He never lets Tillman get inside leverage. And because of that, I thought Jameis should have checked this ball down. I think that's Njoku on the 35. Yep. So again, they pay these guys on defense. So if you run this from here, that's just an excellent job by the Chargers cornerback. Tillman never gets inside, so that way it looks like it's a bad throw, but really it's just great defense and a bad decision by Jameis. And listen, again, I'd rather say whoa than sick 'em, but in this particular situation, because the cornerback does a great job, just check it down, Jameis. See if Njoku can make a guy miss. It's better to go back in the locker room with 2 picks than it is with 3.
Sean, real quick, the safety's the one that actually makes the interception. That's why I'm curious if it's a misfire or a misread. Did the cornerback just stop Tillman from getting to the inside?
Right. So if you move the cornerback out of the way, then Tillman's running an in-breaking route, right? So he's going to run right into that ball. You see what I'm saying? That's where Tillman's crossing route is taking him. But because the corner never gives up the inside leverage, Tillman can't get across. You see how he ends up stopped at the top of the 20? That should be like a dig route where he's coming towards the hash. So the ball is in the right location. Great job by the corner. Bad decision by Jameis.
Hey, Jameis may have thrown 3 picks. He also did throw a touchdown here, Sean, and we have to highlight that not just for the throw, but for the catch by Cedric Tillman. Those two are developing quite the chemistry early on here. And if you're going to take any positives away from the game, ending it with a touchdown pass like this, Sean, at least gives them some momentum heading into the bye.
Well, be honest, Mike, forget the momentum. This is why I love Jameis, and this is why I'm such a big advocate for the Browns giving him a fair chance. When you get to the professional level and you're in a situation at the end of a game, I want guys that are still competing. A lot of guys have already just become collectors, meaning they're just going to collect that day's check. They're going to try and stay out of the way, don't get hurt. Man, look at Jameis. Jameis is still competing. He's still driving the Browns down the field. 50 seconds left. They're down 24 points. No way mathematically possible for them to come back and win this game. But watch him right here. Look at his body language. He looks just like he looked in the second drive of the game. He's in rhythm. He's on time. He's throwing a dart. That's what you want from your quarterback because everybody feeds off of that. Like, look, he's still got his eyes in the center of the field. Like, let's just watch how fundamentally sound this is from the end zone. One more time, Mike. Just the end zone view. I want you to see how solid Jameis is in every way. Look at his head. His head is right down the middle, keeps his safety in the middle, so it's truly a one-on-one situation. I'm just telling you, man, he's wired the way you want a championship caliber quarterback to be wired. He has elite fundamentals. I think if the Browns are patient and just get better around him, and had the Tillman, who's making people recognize that he's better than he was given an opportunity to showcase before. But man, for him to still be in the game, for him to still be competing, man, that says a lot about who Jameis is.